Hi there everyone, it's Misty here. Welcome back to another day in the 12 days of Elfmas. I'm so excited to have you join me today. So in today's video, we are making the shaker card. So I finally busted into the North Pole kit that I picked up from Queen & Co. early this fall or late this summer. I honestly don't remember when I got it, but we're finally using it today. And I'm gonna make a gingerbread card because I haven't done that yet. And they are one of my favorite things. So in this video, you're gonna see me glue down everything and then cut around it. That's because I didn't realize there are outline shapes outline dies that you can buy that coordinate. It doesn't really say that in the listing of what it is, so I had no idea that that was something I would even possibly need. So if you're looking into buying one of their kits, I would encourage you to pick up the outline dies if that's something that you feel like you need or that you want. If you're someone who struggles with dexterity, like with cutting out images and stuff, I would highly suggest the companion dies. And in fact, I'll probably go pick up a set to go with each of my kits if they are available. But other than that, this card turned out so flippin' cute and I'm so excited for you to see it. So let's head over to my craft table and we'll get started. So I'm going to start by pulling the dies out of the packaging. I ended up putting these dies on a magnetic sheet like I have my other dies stored. You guys will be getting a craft room tour at some point and I will share my different storage solutions. I know several of you have asked that over the past couple of weeks. It's coming, I promise. So you see me taking out what I wanted to use. So I knew I wanted to use the house. I knew I wanted to make the frosting on the roof. I knew I wanted to do a candy cane, a wreath, and a door, and then that little bit on the chimney. And I also knew I did not want a brown gingerbread house. So this is the pink that I just recently picked up from Simon Says Stamp. I don't remember, is it ballerina pink? I honestly don't remember what color this is, to be quite honest. I apologize for that. And then this is the white that came in that glitter paper. So I'm just going to adhere those using some washi tape, and then I'm going to run that through my Gemini. For the door, I am picking the polka dot pattern from last year's Doodlebug collection, and then for the candy cane I used a piece of the My Favorite Things striped paper. So this is what I was talking about. If you don't have the outline dies, you're gonna have to glue your shaker to a piece of cardstock to create it and then to get it on the card. So you can do with or do without. I'll probably end up picking them up just because cutting can be an issue for me, especially if I'm filming more than one video in a day. So once I get the foam down, I'm going to go ahead and add some of the candy pieces. I could have used, Leslie was so sweet and sent me a package a couple of months ago that had some candy and stuff in it and some glitter paper, and I had completely forgotten about it. So I apologize, Leslie. I will get it used, I promise. So I am going to adhere the acetate using Tombow Mono liquid glue. That's the really awesome thing about these kits from Queen & Co. is everything's already die cut. So it's completely worth it to me. I think it's $50 and you get the dies and the stamp set. You get the stuff that goes inside the shaker. You get a pattern paper. I think it's absolutely 100% worth it. And I cannot wait to buy some more in 2021. So I got a little bit of the stuff inside on the foam adhesive, so I went ahead and fixed that, and here you see me cutting it out. So I'm just using a pair of tweezers, and some Tombow glue to adhere all of the pieces. And like I said, I cut out a wreath and I cut out a door. The wreath is from that My Favorite Things lime green cardstock that I bought recently. Really, really pretty. I love it. I love how shiny it is. So I really wish I'd left the wreath at the top of the house, but I ended up putting it above the door. I don't mind it there, but I think I liked it more at the top of the house. But it still turned out real cute. Now, all of the cards from this 12 days of Christmas or Elfmas, whatever I'm calling it, will be available in my Etsy shop at the end of Elfmas. There's no way I can get them to you now, especially as how slow the UPS USPS is. So here I realized that I wanted the candy canes facing each other. And in order to do that, I cut out these on the diagonal, and I'm using some Sizzix glue or adhesive sheets so I don't have to cut them out. Glue them. So one of them is going to be upside down, and then the other one is going to be right side up. Then I'm going to sandwich them together and then just adhere them with a little bit of washi tape. I have them both on the diagonal because I want the candy cane to be diagonal. And the great thing about the Gemini is it can 100% take that much pressure and get them cut out. So I love these candy canes. No, this is not My Favorite Things paper. This is the Doodlebug paper, Misty. I was going to use the My Favorite Things paper, but it had too big of a pattern. And then I remembered this paper from yesterday's card, and I thought, oh yeah, that would be great. So I wanted to use some colored dots on the house instead of using the candies. So I bring in BG49, R46, and a couple other colors, and I color up some of my pearls and let them dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and keep going on the card. So I have a scalloped square, then I have a stitched square that will fit inside of it. Initially, I cut this out of green, and then you'll see me, this is where I changed, or I was going to cut it out of green. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know that I want that green against the red. So I went ahead and changed it to the aqua blue. And I really like the way the house sits on that aqua blue. So I cut down the rest of that plaid from yesterday's video and the rest of the polka dot and added a frame. And this is not a frame, a layer. This is when I realized that I used a scrap piece. Like, I've been trying to use up all the scrap pieces that are on my desk, and I realized I scored it, but it wasn't long enough. So I went ahead and used the pink for the card base, and then all of my layers are 1/8 of an inch. So 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, 4 by 5 1/4, and then 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Whew, that was hard math in my head. So once I get all of this adhered, I'm going to go ahead and add the shaker, and I just glued that down, I think with liquid glue. So this is the type of card that will need to be hand canceled, or you'll want to make sure that you add extra postage if you ship it from home. I would also put like a piece of cardstock or chipboard or something on it so you don't mess up your shaker. So I'm using one of the sentiments from the stamp set that comes with it, and then I'm using some of the Gina K ink to stamp that up. And then I'm going to add this to the inside of the card. My tape runner died, so I ended up using liquid glue. And then I brought in a pickup stick. You can use, our Memory Keepers has one. I think this is one from Stampin' Up. What I like about it, it has the gummy stuff on one end, and then it has like a pokey tool on the other end. So I could put them down and move them around. And I was trying to do a pattern of green, red, blue. And then I kept messing up. It's like, come on, Misty, you learned patterns in kindergarten and you taught your kindergartners patterns. Why can't you do the patterns correctly? So I'm going to make sure that I add those to the house. And I also did some for the wreath. For the wreath, instead of using green, I just used the red and the aqua or the turquoise, the BG one. And again, love how this turned out. Love it so much. This is probably one of the funnest card I made. Not the funnest, but I don't know. I just was ready for gingerbread, and I made a gingerbread, and it's gingerbread, and I love it. I can't promise this one will go up for sale. We'll see if I decide to, display it in my room. But like I mentioned, if whatever cards I do sell will be available in my Etsy shop after Christmas. So, again, they would never get to you in time for this Christmas, but you can always send them out next year. So after adding some some Spectrum Noir glitter pen, we are done. So thank you so much for joining me today. I almost forgot the question of the day. The question of the day is, have you ever made a gingerbread house? All right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.